Hi guys, Shakey Nan again. Firstly, I want to tell you something funny. Remember my knife video when I was holding the big blade out in front of me and shaking away? Now that I'm on TikTok you can only do like 1 minute snippets. So I screen recorded the first 1 minute of that video of me holding the knife saying, "You've been waiting for this one, haven't you?" And saying that I can't use those big long blades. So I uploaded it to TikTok. Within 2 minutes, I got a violation of our community guidelines. They took it down because they said it was a dangerous act. Now, hello, that was me holding a knife. They said, "We do not promote participation in activities that could lead to harm. We also do not permit users to encourage others to take part in dangerous activities." If TikTok says we live a dangerous life, we live a dangerous life, ETers. I think now that's proven we need chefs. Every single one of us need to be given chefs because it's a dangerous act when we hold a knife every day. I was floored by that one, I had to tell you, so I thought that was so funny. Today I wanted to talk about internal tremors and triggers for ET, what can set you off. It's funny, you know, I've told you before, I've had ET all my life. I turned 50 this year. I've never bothered to look it up. I had it. I knew what it was. There was no cure. The meds didn't work for me. I live with it. I didn't bother looking it up. It was only last year that I started to join a couple of ET support groups on Facebook. And I would start seeing posts coming up about internal tremors. And I thought, what do they mean by internal tremors? Like, you either shake or you don't. Like, I couldn't understand it. And I'm thinking, I'm sorry, guys, but I was thinking, what are these guys on about? You shake or you don't. It wasn't until I started doing these videos that I realised that I've had internal tremors all along. I've just never known what they were. It wasn't until I started watching the videos back and I thought I was shaking a lot more than that day. Why wasn't it showing? And I asked Shane a couple of times on the lounge when I could sit there and I was resting, I'd stopped tremoring, but I could feel the tremor still. And I'd say to Shane, am I shaking at the moment? And he'd say, no. I said, well, I am. And it worked out. That's how I worked out I had the internal tremors. Even though I've had them all along, I didn't realise they were different. Because I could feel them and I could feel that my body was shivering, I thought everyone else could see them too. So especially when you have your anxiety attacks and that, you do, of course, shake a lot more. But to us, it feels way worse because of the internals as well, because it starts from your inside out and you're shaking away. That's what makes it a lot worse. So thank you guys for helping me understand what internal tremors were, because like I said, I didn't know what yous were talking about. The triggers I see on a lot of ET page, support page sites about, you know, people say that caffeine can trigger them, cigarettes can trigger them, lack of sleep can trigger your tremors worse. Whereas to me, none of that seems to affect me. I can have a cup of coffee just before I go to bed and I can fall asleep, not a problem. Those types of things seem to do the opposite with me. I am a smoker. I am slowing down really fast, guys, and I am going to quit soon. But cigarettes to me help calm me down when I'm in a big tremor. I think it's more the breathing that you do, but it helps to calm me down. The other night I was doing a lot of Shakey Nan stuff and I was up nearly all night. I couldn't stop what I was doing. And I went to bed. I had to get up 2 hours later to take my daughter to work. That day I was exhausted, and you could tell in my video on Friday, because that was Wednesday night into Thursday. Friday I was still mentally, physically exhausted, drained. And you could tell as I was doing that video, that's why I kept having the blankouts. Over the weekend I rested, I recovered, but it took me a couple of days to get over that. But when I went to sleep that night, even though I was overtired, I'd stayed up way too late, I wasn't really tremoring before I went to sleep. The next day, I was sort of calmish until that afternoon. That afternoon, big exhaustion hit me. I ended up going to bed real early that night. But my tremors, it was funny because I've watched your posts about it. I've been watching, and it was funny that night. I was way overtired. The next day, didn't have much sleep. And so, like I said, you know, I've said plenty of times before, tremors are different for everyone. And I think one day soon I'm going to do a 15-minute journal all day long and see what triggers me and what doesn't. There's got to be noises. Noises trigger me real bad. Someone yelling in a distance will trigger me. Loud movies trigger me. But I'm going to see about, people say certain types of foods and things trigger. I'm going to do, one day soon, I'm going to do a 15-minute diary all day long and check it out. All right, guys. I didn't mean to go against anything what anyone's ever said. Like I've said, everyone's tremors are different. Everyone reacts to everything differently. That was just my story. I hope that helped in some way. You know what it's like? Oh, well, I just start talking. Okay, guys, have a great shaky week. See you on Friday. Take care till then. Stay safe. Love you all. Bye, guys.